joke on copyright law. So this is actually, it's what it's supposed to do is to satirize the state of copyright laws nowadays. They're trying to get a copyright on the word old.
Are you being serious right now?
No, I don't know what's going on.
Okay, I was willing to believe you for a bit because there's always some weird trend in this tournament that I am not aware of. We've learned about industry plants a couple of months ago, and there has to be something to other than just I'm cold, old. But
to be fair, there does seem to be like a lack of names.
I think it's likely some sort of thing. Might just be I'm cold, says one of our hardworking producers behind the stream. There's more to it than that. And I can prove it because they're not just cold, they are red hot right now. They are in losers semifinals. The only team to beat I'm cold is we'll come up with a team name later, which I hope they don't win because that name sucks. And would look horrible in the Hall of Fame. Other than that, I'm Cold has been running through things. Actually, XName also lost to that same exact team and has been, I don't want to say steamrolling, but they've been 2-1-ing everyone else along the way.
Yeah, so it's been a little rocky for them. You go against Glitter Burst in round 3 of losers bracket. You go up against RIT Orange Ocean in round 4 of losers bracket, which the previous commentating block will tell you all about. Hey, it's CCA, it's great to see, but unfortunately, RIT and Reefrunners are both out, so we've got I'm Cold and XName waiting for us on the other side on this side of the break. And one thing I saw from I'm Cold's match against, we'll come up with a name later, the one that was on the previous block as well, that 3-1 score, like many scores in Splatoon, they'll tell you the full story.
Someone in chat is saying they don't know Deltarune. Do you know Deltarune, Nito?
I don't know anyone named Deltarune. I do know the game, and I haven't played past chapter 1, so, yeah, you're right, Chad. I don't know Deltarune. I don't know Ball.
Well, I doubt they know Deltarune either, so it's probably not related to that at all. The I'm Cold reference. Splat Zone's at Hagglefish Market. By the way, this is a best of 3, not the best of 5 you've been used to seeing the last couple of matches. Not sets, matches is officially the correct term we're going to be rolling with today. And this isn't a map, by the way. This is a stage. Splat Zone's Hagglefish Market, the stage. Game 1 to be rolling around here. A critical 4th place game that we're seeing here. Going out from both teams. There's one pencil on one side. The other team forgot to bring their pencil. Instead, they were bringing the heavy edit.
It's basically a pencil, except you've got to carry this big thing around instead of just putting it over your shoulder. So, you know what? We're going round it up to a pencil nonetheless. But this is a similar comp that we saw from I'm Cold earlier in this stream. XName, of course, we didn't see them on stream, but we are seeing them now. What we're seeing right now is already one pick off the board for them. XName coming in with a fairly conventional comp. You still have the 2 shooters, you have a custom blaster, and you have a Kraken that has already taken out 2 players from XName.
I like how Mocha's using the splatter shot that when it first came out, everyone was saying it was going to be broken. We're going to be seeing Rainmaker use double of those things. And now you hardly see it used at all, but Mocha's been using it so far on stream today. Even in this the previous match that they lost, they were looking pretty effective with it. It can spam a lot of Krakens. But on a map like this, you can chase the enemy team out of their side of the map and force them away from zone with it. This is a really good Kraken map, and that's going to be what I'm Cold is looking to do right there.
And they're doing it fairly well now. Mocha getting lots of attention from XName, and no one able to take down Mocha just yet, but I'm Cold still holding on to control of the zone. Not for long, though. They do hold on to the lead, at least. Sky here going into a fight with Mocha on the right side of the map. There is their right side. Mocha wins that one. Saturn looking to get some action for themselves. They have the splashdown ready. They have a custom blaster ready, which they should always have that ready anyway. But they have one pick on the board. It will be 2. Yes, it will. There's 3 players down, and now XName has a lead.
They got a lead. Are they going to hold on to it, though? It looks like Saturn is pushed up pretty far. He's got a splashdown ready to go. I don't really see I'm Cold finding a way to get into this one immediately. They need to take their time. Don't agree with throwing those ink strikes out. Just that throwing a lot of specials at the zone, but they're all falling short. However, they are able to get a couple of splats on top of that. That was the key thing. I was curious if they were going to hold on to those specials, try to attack the backside of the zone, but it looks like it created just enough of a distraction for them to get the splats they needed to get right back into control of things. So I'm Cold is still sticking around at least a little bit longer.
And one thing I want to see from I'm Cold here is how fast they're able to set up after these huge advantages they get. And it looks like they're actually setting up pretty well thanks to Mocha. 2 picks coming in from Mocha on their side and some lag as well. May as well try to paint that area. It's very difficult to paint the zone. When
wait, go back to Mocha. Go back to Mocha. We got to check.
We can't go back to Mocha. They're dead.
Why did we leave Mocha? They were having a crisis. And in their moment of need, our stream operator Sam said, nah. Maybe it was just to give them a little privacy, which I understand. But in case you are wondering, no, we're not getting a replay now. Both teams have gotten past the 50-point mark. And it is past the 250, implies, well, 230 time mark. And plus, both teams are still playing it out. So XName has the lead and the permanent player advantage. Pretty good, high win percentage chance in this situation here.
But luckily, this is where champions are made. So if I'm Cold wants to make something happen, well, now's the time, and so is the next 1 minute and 40 seconds. This is a good start, at least. He gets a few picks, but then the rest of your team goes down. And next thing you know, you're only 1 player up, and, well, that's a delayed wipe for you. And XName is looking fairly comfortable here, like a nice warm blanket on a cold winter day.
No, you said hot. A nice warm blanket on a hot.
Well, I'm from
day.
Texas. I've seen Christmases go up to like 80 degrees.
Okay. Wait, have you seen snow on Christmas? Have you seen snow, period? In your life?
Is it that white stuff that's on the ground?
Yes.
I think so. But only when I moved up north.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, hopefully Mocha is doing all right. They seemed a little distressed right there before they vacated the premises, and we'll see if they can get back into the lobby. The good news for I'm Cold is that was not a DC replay they had to burn, so if they had another awkward DC in this next game, they can still get the replay if it meets certain parameters. The bad news is they lost that game. Now, somebody's going to say, well, if they didn't DC, they probably could have won. Yeah, technically, they could have. But XName was playing better up to that point, so it's not like XName kind of like stole the win there. XName was kind of on course to get the dub. But step one, as always in these kind of DC situations, is Mocha all right? And then after that is step two, which is are they playing? This is such an L, says Mocha.
I would agree. Yeah. I mean, oh, that's where the Delta room's from.
I'm Gold? I'm okay. Okay, so you explain it. Okay,
so there's like okay, this is
better yet, can we put this up on stream rather than us just describe it, and then Nito can like explain what we're looking at?
Yeah, so resident explainer here. I'm ready to explain whenever we got this ready. But there's this crocodile-looking fella. He's kind of dressed like Columbo from the hit detective series. The crocodile fella says, "Hey, look, I'm old, and there's two options here. Chris can either say it's okay to be old, or good, stay old." Which, I mean, I don't know what your stance is on old, but eventually the crocodile fella turns out gold.
Well, I think if you have a pink scar on your head. Okay, this is a crocodile we're looking at.
I think it is.
That looks like a pirate kind of. I think
pirate crocodile.
That's like an eye patch kind of thing going on right there. Okay, so if that's, and some teeth are missing. So I would consider that person to be old. And what's really, it's not up to us to decide. It's up to that person to decide, like if they're old or not. It's, that's not our place to judge.
That's right.
So this is a meme that we were supposed to know, is what I'm getting.
One of us is supposed to be old.
Oh, it's okay to be old. Good, stay old.
Pick your poison here.
I think it's okay to be old.
Yes,
it's okay to be old. Yeah. and you know you have no choice. We haven't figured out how to like Benjamin Button ourselves, so it's not like we can just go in reverse. So you have to stay old. I'm gold. Yeah, there we go.
Right.
Thank you.
That's right.
You know who else is gold? Mocha's Internet, who should be back up and running, I'm assuming, and we can get right back into, but we're also going to need a counterpick. It looks like it's going to be Rainmaker at Humpback Pump Track. And keep in mind, this is a best of 3, not a first to 3, mind you. We do get that sometimes. How come it's not first to? Or like first to 2? Because you use that terminology in games where you can tie, and it's not like set what the maximum number of games in a match could be. In Splatoon, there's only one scenario where you can end in a tie, and that's a clam blitz, and there's like built-in kind of parameters to where like they can break the tie. I think it's whoever makes the most power clams. But yeah, so there's a best of 3 because 3 is the maximum number of games you could possibly play as we continue to stall for time.
As the greatest hip-hop group once said, 3 is the magic number. Yes, it is. It is the magic number. But the good news is that we have at least one more match to go. Rainmaker Humpback Pump Track, which is a fairly good, fairly optimal amount of curves and bumps on the road. But I love Humpback Pump Track. I do believe it. I'd like to say it's one of the good Rainmaker maps, which I mean, I don't know. Good is obviously subjective, such as old.
Well, so is being old is subjective.
Exactly. Yes.
So
I could be old.
And being cold, I guess, is subjective as well. Or gold.
Yeah, gold is, I don't know. I think gold is fairly objective.
There are no good Rainmaker maps. Well, okay. You might be onto something right there. Could be.
The best Rainmaker map to me is Rust from Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, gosh. By the way, how you doing today, Nito? As we continue, I'm just operating under the assumption that Mocha is coming back into this one, and that we're still good going into game 2.
I think Mocha will be fine, and you know what? I want to throw in a little tidbit for the EU fan base watching this from home. 80 degrees Fahrenheit for Christmas Day is 26.6 repeating degrees Celsius. So if you want an idea for the Celsius fan base, there you go. But otherwise, I'm doing great. I woke up at 9 a.m. 9 p.m. would be unbearable, or impossible. But there was a cat on my lap earlier. That's the best feeling you can have.
Can you let us know what 9 p.m. is for the EU audience? Because if they don't know what the Fahrenheit is, your 9 p.m. isn't going to resonate with them at all either. Actually, hold that thought. We have a game, and we got a Mocha.
Oh, thank God.
As well. And we do not have the Kraken Splatter Shot. Instead, it's the Kraken Roller, which makes sense why they wanted to go to Humpback now. They wanted to use Roller on the roller playground of Humpback. Wiper is going to be countered by XName.
And again, a similar comp to what we've seen from I'm Cold earlier, XName. I'm liking what I'm seeing there. You keep most of what you had earlier. You'll probably see Want the Crab. I like how they're already working with that crab. They got that crab within 20 seconds, which, by the way, I don't really see it that often, but hey, good on you. But here comes Mocha from the side, just going to forget everything I've said so far because he's going to get wiped.
XName clears the checkpoint, though. And they get a smidgen past it, which on this map isn't really that big of a deal because I'm Cold is going to clear this checkpoint as well. Less than a minute, both checkpoints are off the board, but the problem is I'm Cold is in a great situation to get the home run set. Right now, the tent is deployed right in front of the Rainmaker, gets the 21 remaining. That's a pretty good score on a map like this. It's not a winnable one just because it's so easy to hit that home run that you need, but fireworks in the first minute for both teams.
That's what I like about this map too, is that there's so much volatility here because of all the routes that you have at your disposal. That's why we saw a 53-point push in the first few seconds of the match. That's why you saw I'm Cold make their way to 21 remaining in the first minute, and you're gonna see. I get the feeling you're gonna see more of that. And you're gonna see some more roller gameplay here because rollers have been really good on stream today.
Well, because we keep picking roller maps that are really good. We've seen Mako Mart, we've seen Humpback a lot, and teams are going up against roller players and thinking, well, let's just pick a map that they won't like. By the way, XName using the very rare left turn, just kind of going for it. Is it going to be enough to get the lead? Almost juked out the edit player. It's not going to be enough for the lead. And that's kind of the problem with going that way, a solo push that way, is when the other team has 21 remaining, it's going to be, you have to really stall to make that kind of a flank with the Rainmaker work. But I like the idea, realizing I'm cold to overcommitted to the opposite side of the map. Let's see if we can get something, and almost had something going there as far as getting the lead.
The art of misdirection is so good in this game, especially when you've got a map as wide and as vast as Humpback Pump Track. But as I say that, there seems to be a lull in the action here, although we do see Sax on the right side with that 10 attack trying to get something going against Chamomile here, but it's not going to happen until now, which it does happen, which wouldn't prove me wrong there, but XName's already down 2 players. Bree is going to go ahead and make a run for it themselves. How far can they go? We're going to find out as Sax tries to hide for some more points there, but eventually that push gets stopped.
I like how Sax realized, I don't need to chase that Rainmaker. Somebody else is going to get it. I'm going to hold mid so that when they stop the Rainmaker, I can start pushing up and we can already have the path ready to go for the rest of our team. That is trusting your team and working as a unit to make something happen. There comes the Ink Vac trying to shut down and push before it can get going on the side of I'm Cold, but now 2 players are going down. XName has an opportunity here, but they got to get rid of that pesky tent first.
Yeah, and especially when that 10 is right in the middle of everybody else and you nearly get the lead. Oh, goodness, you're at 22 remaining, but you need more than 22. In fact, you need more than 21 to get the lead there, but oh my gosh, XName barely getting themselves through. They juke past a 10th player, which, good on you, but you also need to get the lead as well.
Now XName with another opportunity and 2 more players going down for I'm Cold. But the one player who hasn't been getting splatted during all of this has been the 10th player. They're being harassed right now and they're forced to pop their ink back. This is the same player who flanked left with the Rainmaker last time. You see him kind of looking that way in mid. I wonder if that's just kind of the draw off I'm Cold and make him think about defending the entire side, not just holding down this choke point. And they still don't get the lead off of this. This 10th player holding down things. They do pop the Rainmaker one more time. Finally find a way to get the lead. 45 seconds left to go.
And I think it was the end of the zip line there that just barely got them to the lead there. But either way, 18 remaining. That's going to be enough to hold the lead on for now. I'm Cold has quite the ways to go, but it's going to be even longer when you have someone like Sax stopping 2 of your players. Another one goes down for I'm Cold. XName will have control of the Rainmaker here with 25 seconds to go. I'm Cold has a lot to work towards.
And XName just has to find a way to grab that Rainmaker and back up. That's all they got to do. And that's what they are opting to do, and at least take it to this left side here. Now, just don't get splatted with it. The last thing you want to do is give I'm Cold another opportunity. As much of a mountain they have to climb, why not just back up and take the free win instead? An unnecessary overtime. Let's see if I'm Cold can punish him for that.
And I'm Cold has just a few seconds to go for actually quite a bit of time here. They're gonna wait and see what kind of opportunity they get here, but they're gonna have to watch out for this Splatana coming out from the side here. There's going to be a Splatoon coming out as well from Saturn. Saturn looking very good here, but goes down eventually. Sax looking all the way to the side here, has to go back up because there's a clear route. Is there a clear route? No, there's not. The roadblock here is the Tri-Strikes, and XName is the winner of Losers Bracket semifinals.
The Rainmaker carrier was just a little bit too hesitant because the path was slowly opening up into I'm Cold's favor. Luckily for XName, those Tri-Strikes came out at just the perfect time and just kind of the perfect path to where the Rainmaker either had to completely back all the way up, buying enough time for XName's teammates to spawn back in, or just funnel in and get blasted by the perfect line that they were thrown there. But again, XName, I'll give them credit. They didn't want to win Rainmaker by just stalling out the last 10 seconds. They graciously picked up the Rainmaker and gave it to I'm Cold and said, we want to give you guys one more opportunity to pull something out. Maybe that's their way of saying, it sucks that you guys DC'd in game 1, so we're going to give you like a homie stock here in this Rainmaker game. We'll go with that. And I think that's honorable. Hats off to them.
That is a far more gracious way to put it than whatever I might have been able to come up with talking and rambling and seeing what else I can talk about. But ultimately, XName is going to be moving on to losers bracket finals, so they will be meeting Anarchy Stars, a team that we saw just a while ago. I'm cold, unfortunately, that's going to be the end of their weekend, but the winner of this is going to be facing the team that has yet to come up with a name, even though they have about an hour or two left to do so. But it all comes down to this. This is the one. We got to focus on the present. Let's just focus on this match then.
Anarchy Stars was 6-0, the only 6-0 team yesterday. That doesn't mean they were undefeated in games, but they were undefeated as far as matches were concerned. Undefeated up until their loss they just took against, we'll come up with a team name later. So Anarchy Stars did not play XName yesterday. It looks like they were in different Swiss groups. They would not have come across each other.